Good evening. Is my guest in the co-host? You good?
Good evening.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm good.
right.
Thank you. By the name of, I think,
I go by the name of
what's
Jewel,
good out there?
and I'm good. I'm good. I hope you didn't talk to your provider, did you?
I did. They did nothing. The show this morning was great on TD and radio. Here goes TD and
Mm-hmm.
TV again, and Rogers gives me problems. Yeah, I put it out there.
That's
Rogers
okay.
gives me problems. Anyway, what's going on?
Well, nothing much. I'm excited for the show this evening. We have two amazing guests, as usual, on our show, and
Yeah,
yeah, excited for that.
yeah.
So, what
Two
about you?
guests, so we're gonna waste no
How are you
time.
doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling and hoping that I don't stick the whole night, and that I'm looking forward to this show because I know it's gonna be amazing. That's it.
Right.
So we could dive right into it because
Mhm.
we don't want to waste time, and yeah, time is of the essence. So I guess let's bring on our first guest, right?
Yes, Miguel Maestre.
Hello, hello. Greetings.
Thank you, Miguel, for being on our show.
What's
So
going
Miguel
on, boss?
Maestre, we didn't get to introduce you properly. Miguel Maestre, he is a singer, songwriter, and audio engineer, and he is known for his hit songs, Toronto, I Miss You Carnival, Distance, and more recently, Rum and Bacchanal.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dissect.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Miguel, you're coming from live from your car, wherever that is.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy, so yeah,
I heard
you
I
love
heard
rum and
somebody beep the horn. I hope
buck.
they're not beeping you.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I'm good. I'm good. Just getting pulled in a few different directions right now today, but it's just something like on the road I couldn't get out of. But you know what? I'll make the time sit down and we'll have a nice chat.
Okay. So while we have you here, we'll just pick your brain about a
Right.
few things.
Mhm.
Novelist, do you have a question off the top?
Yeah,
It's a
just
little bit.
want to know who he is, his background, to start off, and let's kick it. Let us know who you are, your background, and all that good stuff.
Cool. All right. I'll start. I'll start off the vibes. Well, yeah. I'm based in Toronto, originally from Trinidad and Tobago. I started off my music career. First of all, I've always
Hmm.
loved music as a child. So when I was young, I took piano lessons, and then I self-taught myself guitar. There's an instrument in Trinidad, I call
Okay.
it quattro. Quattro plays like when from Pang music, originally from Venezuela. So I played that, and then I self-taught the guitar. I took drum lessons for years. So I've always been a musician in the music side. Then I had two bands. I joined a band, then I became the band leader, um, playing on different instruments, singing covers. And I would say about
Hmm.
2013, 14, so maybe 9 years ago, give or take, is when I originally started to write my own music and say, let me, instead of doing all these covers, let me try to sing
Mm-hmm.
my own music.
Right.
So my cousin is a well-known musician and guitarist in Trinidad. His name is Nigel Rojas.
Hmm.
He's from a band called Orange Sky. They do like rock and reggae and stuff, and they're
Oh,
huge. They're
nice.
big dread and reggae rock. So they're very known in Europe and all around the Caribbean and stuff. So they're
Okay.
pretty big. So when I first started, I went to him and he helped me write my first song, and he gave me the encouragement. He's like, "Yo, he was writing a lot of music for soca artists at the time, and playing guitar on a lot of the tracks. So he gave me the
Mm-hmm.
full. He's like, you know what?
Hmm.
Go and try that thing. You have the vibes already. Let me try. So my first song, and the second song, and then I continue writing my own music, and then from there, I would say I got a big break or some good vibes in 2017 with a song called Nanae. which is like my claim to fame, or like my hit song so far. It has a lot of streams and views on our platforms. It's what has taken me, into many places, perform on many stages, opening for many big artists. And I was the one, it was really the one with the reason I am where I am today because of that. And then just before COVID, I decided I want to go back to school because, as I said, I'm always a musician, so I play a lot of instruments, but and I write music and I sing. But I didn't know the engineering side. I didn't know the production side. I had no clue how to do some of that side. So I said, you know what? I want to be able to talk the language. I want to be able to speak to people and create my own music. So instead of having to wait for a producer, I can do it myself. So I wanted the lingo. So I went back to school in 2019, 2020, 2021. I got my diploma in audio engineering, music production. So and then just after that, during COVID, I built a studio. So I have my own full home studio. So I built that, and then from there, just everything progressed. And now I'm proud to say that I can do almost everything in the music industry. So it's been a long journey, but that's where I reach.
I see you with your studio, and I see you bring in. You have your own special guests that you bring into your studio as well. I've been watching you.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
You mentioned an instrument, and I didn't want to cut you off when you were saying it, but you mentioned an instrument that you said you played in Trinidad. I don't think I have an instrument before. What you say it was called?
It's called the quattro. So the quattro is a big ukulele basically. It's tuned similar, and it's a little bigger version of ukulele. So it's 4 strings.
Okay.
And it's a music in Trinidad. It's called parang music. It's our Christmas carols, like our Christmas calypsos. And the quattro is very originally from Venezuela. So I play that. Then during COVID, I took lessons and played the ukulele, and then I learned the bass. So I play bass guitar now too. And then my goal was always to play a lot of instruments. So I do a lot of it, and it helps creativeness. So yeah.
Interesting. You talk about parang, because when I first knew you, I think you were doing a lot of parang shows and stuff when I first heard about you.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's the parang man.
Yeah, that's your first vibes.
Yeah. That's how I remember you. I know we have a short time with you, but I want to get into. Oh, he's delayed in his.
Oh, he delayed.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
don't worry about it. Go ahead.
I mean, I wanted to bring it forward to what's recently happening. I know my co-host has a question, but I know you recently came off of the Uber Soca cruise. I just wanted to talk about your experience there, because I know you were excited to get onto the Soca cruise, and I see that you had your own kind of rooms, so to speak, with your own audience. How was that experience for you?
The Uber Soca cruise is incredible. Big up to the full Uber team. What they do is they give a platform to a lot of young and upcoming artists, and there's a few of them, and then myself. This is my 3rd Uber, so they always give the chance to artists who they believe in. So the first ever Uber I went on in 2017 was because they had a new artist competition. So relatively new artists, and I was at the time where you submit your song, and there was over 100 and something songs submitted. And they would pick your song, and then the fans around the world would vote and stuff. And it was a big deal. And I won, and I won. At the time. So when I won, I went there and I had my own little showcase and everything. So that was your first Uber. Then they brought me back, and then it was COVID and different things. And then now they brought me back again. So for me, Uber Soca Cruise is incredible because it is one place that if many of the fans of viewers out there, if you have been to a carnival, Trinidad Carnival or any carnival, it is a lot of hustle and bustle, and there's a lot of it's just on the go, and it's great and it's fun, it's amazing, the best time ever. But Uber brings all of that, but it also brings the networking and connection aspect. So as a fan, you're gonna have the time of your life, but as an artist, as a producer, as an engineer, it's very important because I can't really link and connect the way I can at Uber that I can at like other carnivals and stuff. So picture you're on a ship for 5-6 days and you're stopping at different islands, and I was able to link and talk to a lot of artists and DJs personal and have lunch with them or breakfast or dinner, go for a little walk, talk to somebody backstage.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of downtime to connect with your peers.
Yeah,
Is invaluable. That's why I would love to go on every Uber, and continue getting booked for it, because I pull aside whoever I want, and we just talk and we link and we connect.
yeah.
You can't really do that at other carnival and festivals because people are on the go. So for me, is the greatest networking, and obviously it's a great and it's an amazing time. It's fun. It's fun as well. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So I was wondering how they select artists to be on the show, and you just explained all of that. That's amazing. So the first time you competed, and then the few times after they requested you to be on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. That's telling.
Yeah, it's vibes.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, my co-host. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Am I even here with you guys, or am I still in the back somewhere?
Now you're here, man.
You're here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm positioned, but all right. So, have you produced or engineered for any other artists besides yourself?
Yeah. We've written. So my camp is large now. I have a pretty large team. So I have my studio, my stream music, and I also have a lot of different people I work with in Toronto. So I've co-written a song for Benjai, so that's pretty cool. My mentor in the music is one of my mentors is Kerwin Dubois. If you're familiar with Kerwin, a huge soca artist. So I used to work out of his studio a lot. So I've helped him write. I've helped him write. I've written for Liro. Currently I have a few other songs I'm writing and working with a few other artists as well. I've engineered and recorded for Alison Hines. She's been to my studio a few times. Charles Marshall has been to my studio a few times. I recorded his vocals and helped him edit and engineer as well. Swappy's been by me. Who else? Viking Ding Dong from Trinidad. Young Brother.
Young Brother recently.
Young Brother. So yeah, really cool. So, and obviously a lot of local artists, lots of local artists as well. So when it comes to that, I write for a lot of people. I engineer for a lot of people. But right now I've been recording a lot of vocals for different people.
Okay. And you're not only are you recording vocals for other people, but you're doing for yourself as well. I see, like within the last few months, you've had so many new releases. And was that intentional for like when you were going on to the cruise? You knew that you needed new material. Is that what it was? Like, what's the idea?
Yeah, that was definitely part of it. So the Rubber Bacchanal is, it's a summer song. It's a song that I want to put out for the summer, and have it. But launching it right before Uber was a great chance for me to perform it on the Uber Soca cruise, and then just build the vibe from there. So that one, and then I'm just on a rhythm that just came out, so that dropped this week. So on that rhythm as well. And then after, I have a bunch of releases coming up for this summer, because for me, I'm a Trinidadian, and Carnival is huge for us from September onwards. Yeah. But I also live in Toronto, and our season Caribana is coming up. So for me, between now and July, it's time for me to perform and make my name up here, and get my shows and different things. And I always put out a lot of music for Caribana, because I want Toronto, I want the Six to have their own vibes too. So I release a lot of music in the summer.
Okay. Yeah. I have more questions, but I'm going to allow my co-host to chime in, because I don't know where he's at. Are you there? So I'll ask my question then. So I want to compare soca music to like how the reggae scene is, right? You know how, reggae artists, they're always producing music. And what I see you doing, you're right up there with them, and you're doing the same thing. And I think that's the way it should be. Like you said, Carnival season is done, but in Toronto, Carnival season never ends. It's all the time.
Yeah.
So I think you're on the right track by producing so many songs back to back, and you have the luxury of doing it because you have your own studio and you make your own music. So kudos to you.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
That I can my as I said, one of my good friends and mentors, Kerwin. So when Kerwin, I patterned my career a little after him because he writes, he sings, he produces, he engineers, he does everything. He can do a song from start to finish to get it on radio for you.
Right.
And that was my goal. I said I want to be like that. And he
Mhm.
lived right here in Toronto, so we used to link and connect a lot, right? And then for my studio, when I went back to
Right.
school, I just said I wanted to do that for myself. And then having your own studio as an artist, as a creative, is incredibly important. Now,
Mhm.
before, as an artist by yourself, you might not need a studio because you go to studios to record and different things. But as I create any music, so I sometimes sit down in the studio and build rhythms and build beats and play the guitar, or play the keys, or ukulele, whatever it is, and just build a vibe. And it's up here, and I just being in that studio every day or almost every single day, it keeps me in a creative space, and I could create like crazy, and I could just do so much instead of before, like about 3-4 years ago, when I didn't have that. I would have to go to all these different producers studios and work with them and wait, and now I can just go
Mhm.
downstairs and just
Mhm.
create my own vibes with time.
Nice. Nice. All right.
Nice.
I think he's on the same page. Yes, novelist. Go ahead.
I think so. I'm actually watching the thing go up and down. How was it? How was it working with Kawin though?
Kerwin's cool, man. I've worked with a lot of people. I've been blessed to, excuse me, I would say, work with some of the best in the industry, and as a writers, as producers, artists, DJs.
Right.
So Gowen's incredible. He's a musical genius. He really is. It's crazy because he plays some instruments a little bit here and there, right? But he is just so magical in the way he can create. Like
Right.
I would sit down and I can strum my guitar. Some people can't do that, but they have the intuition, they have the energy, they have the vibes, and he's
Mhm.
an incredible songwriter. So it's great working with him. I really enjoyed working with him, and I continue. I saw him on the Uber, and we were hanging out a bit. So, Shal Marshall for me, another person I worked with who I love his work ethic. Shal could just sing and sing and sing and sing for
Mm.
days, and he did not stop until the songs he wanted to get done were done. You know what I mean? He was in the
Right.
studio all night, and
Yeah.
you know, it was great. So who else? Ding Dong. Ding Dong has a good voice. He's a DJ, so he knows what's good.
Yeah.
Um, who else?
Yes.
Allison. For me, Allison Hines is incredible because working with Allison, she would do songs in one take. She would literally come and just sing a song, bam, one take, do
Wow.
start to finish, boom, boom, boom. She's
Right.
incredible. She sometimes you didn't need the auto tune. Her vocals are wicked. So
Wow. Yeah.
every artist brings their own vibe. Every person I've worked with, I try to learn as well, and I try to bring my own energy.
Mhm. You mentioned auto tuners just
Right.
now, and I mean, how I don't like auto tuners for some artists that use it, they overuse it, and when you hear them live, it's like not the same.
Yeah.
And what do you like? What is your thought? What are your thoughts on auto tuner?
For me, the thing is, I would tell you the truth. I would say autotune is 99% of artists use autotune. Almost every single one. You have to, because it's not to say you're using autotune, you're using pitch correction. The real thing is pitch correction. So as good as I think I am, or whoever I'm working with, it's very hard to sing perfectly on key, on pitch for the entire song or entire verse or segment. So what I might need to do with the other tune, just pitch correct and just tap the notes back into place. So, I might be a little sharp here or a little flat here, and I might just say, okay, let me just balance it. So I might throw on another tune to just balance it. Now, sometimes you catch it nice and you don't need much. But for
Mhm.
the most part, from the best singer I've worked with to
Right.
the amateurs, let's say, everybody uses it. You
Mm.
have to,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Okay.
the world expects you to song, finish, and polish. And
Right.
finish and polish
Right.
means your notes can't be all over the place. You have
Right.
to. You have to. So everybody
Mm.
uses it.
No Cardi B. No Cardi B. Did I
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah, your notes had to be proper. Now it's not like,
Yeah.
I'm saying, we overuse it as a different thing where you somebody casting and they throw auto tune on full blast and it's like, nah, we ain't doing that. But
Right.
with taste, of course.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Novels.
Good vibes. So so auto tune is the new thing. So you just gave a secret that most of these artists, because I listen to some of these artists, I'm like, man, this song's so nice, but then when they come singing it live, it sounds kind of flat. So
Well, I mean, yeah,
I'm glad you kind of correct that.
yeah, everybody uses it to an extent. You don't want to overuse it, but
Okay.
you also, when it comes to singing live, man, the truth is that a lot of artists have it, and some artists can sing live, and some might not be able to because of they didn't take enough vocal lessons, or or the nerves, or the this or that. But I mean, yeah, people work hard at the craft and they get better,
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
that's the main thing.
Okay.
Of course.
Novelist, you might have to invest in
Hmm.
auto tuners.
So is there anybody that you that who
Novelist also is
any
an artist, so
anyone that you haven't worked with that I just try a thing. I just try a thing. But I was saying anyone that you haven't worked you would love to work with as far as soca goes. And what about other genres? Are you interested in working in other genres of music as well?
Yeah, so actually recently I've been producing some music for some Afro, so I've done a couple Afro beats and rhythms. I've also produced a little reggae and working on that
Nice.
vibes too as well. So for me, my
Okay.
goal has to be to collab a lot. I love collaborations, and as I said, Kuwin is a guy who's collab with
Right.
the entire soca industry. Almost everybody he has a song with. So I kind of pat myself out that I would love to collab with
Right.
um, all the female artists, all the male artists. I want to work with them and do songs with them, produce rhythms and music for them. I would love to work with Kes one day. I
Mhm.
would love to work with boy Marshall one day. I would love to work with Bungie. I feel I can
Okay.
bring some that what they can do. Obviously Nyla and Skinny and Destra and everybody, and some of them I've grew up listening to Destra and being a huge fan of some of the music. So I would love to be able
mhm.
to write
Right.
songs or collab or bring a rhythm to them, and. And then outside of soca, yes, I'm
Right.
really trying to expand because I've worked with a lot of artists so far, but I want to do some Afro. I would love to eventually.
Mhm.
My goals are high. I want to work with Burna Boy, and I want to eventually work with Sean Paul and Shaggy. And like when I create music, I'm just
Nice.
creating the best
Mhm.
product I
Nice.
can.
Nice.
Yeah.
When I create in good vibes, I don't know where it's gonna take me. I say,
Right.
you know what? This kind of have a little Afro vibe. Let me see who we could get on it. You know.
Yeah.
So I just creating. We just creating right now.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And Afrobeats has a little
Nice.
thing going on right
Nice
now. They're
advice.
trending.
Yeah, taking off, So
Yeah.
all that lies in the vibes, whatever. For me, music
Hmm.
speaks, right? If you get
Yes.
something, you say, nah, boy, this song like a female could do real good on this. Then we go that route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, cool,
I
man.
know.
Yeah, everybody. Music is music. I want to work with everybody, man.
I mean, you've named so many artists, and I could
But
see
that's
you
good. Yeah,
doing.
music is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, novelist.
No, no. Go ahead. I'm stuck. So. No, I'm stuck. Do your thing. No, it's just I was saying that music now it's almost like when you listen to dancehall, you listen to soca, you listen to Afrobeat. They all have that similar. I mean, it's all the same drum patterns too, right? But they all have that similar sound to them. So I mean, just even bridging the gap as a soca artist to any of these genres I just call shouldn't be hard at all, right?
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. I mean, and what I like too is you realize so many mainstream music, like the Ed Sheeran did a song with Brenna Boy, and Bieber start doing it, and Drake and Popcorn, and like there's so many people who are
Yeah.
bridging cultures. So I mean, I telling you, if I make a nice good
Right.
soca with an Afro style, Brenna Boy could sing that, and whoever else, and
Hmm.
Rema, and this one, that one, because our
Hmm.
music is similar, right?
True.
Like,
Yeah.
our music is so similar, even the
True.
dancehall and stuff. So I love that at carnival time, Marshall had Arasta and Rema and this one and that one, and the culture starting to fuse, and our music is
Yeah.
so similar. Like when you listen to a good Afro and soca, it's honestly
Yeah.
same.
Our roots are embedded in African music, so
Sure, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I don't want to start talking in the novelist says something. But
No, no, like I know how, so that's why I'm just kind of laying back. But it seems like every time I come to ask a question, I see my internet thing going up and down.
well, as for your music, the music that you have coming out, I know you said you would like to perform, obviously, for the Caribana season. Do you have any gigs lined up already? Where can we expect to see you over the Caribana season?
Yeah, so I have my booking agents at Rhythm Stream. Rhythm Stream's very popular in the Caribbean scene, so they're working on a lot of things for me right now. We're getting a bunch of calls for some festivals. I got a call the other day for a boat ride and some of the events. So
Right.
a lot of things. I'm actually working on a show myself. Hopefully, like Miguel and Friends, where it's myself, my DJ friends, some artist friends, and we put on a nice Caribana show, stage show, and event. Maybe me and my band and stuff. I have a
Mhm.
Soca band too as well. So
Right.
we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be performing, as I can. And then we also have some music coming out, which is great. So I
Mhm.
have I have two major collabs that I'm working on, and hopefully all goes well, and everything pans out with those two
Hmm.
artists. I also have then I also have a few singles, and I'm hoping to do one or two rhythms where it's me and some other artists. So I really hoping that this summer takes off the way we looking, and we're just gonna
Mhm.
keep music. As I said, Toronto Carnival come and release music. When Trinidad Carnival come and release music, and we just keep going on the line.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So, is there anything you like to dissect? Something you want to drop to let the people know? A lot of people come on Dissect and they just let people know what's happening before it comes out. Any secrets that you like to release?
Um, working on some stuff. I have hopefully, if all goes well, I have a really nice collab with a female artist, one of the queens in soca music, uh,
Okay.
Caribbean queens. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna say exactly who, but it's definitely a very known, popular artist that the
Okay.
fans will love, and we're working on a collab right now. I'm also working on another one with another artist. Yeah, I won't say too much as
Don't
yet,
say, don't say. If you don't want to say, don't say
but
it.
but
we,
but I will say that we have a lot of music coming out that I'm working with many people. So I'm hoping, especially from the connections I made on Uber, I'm hoping that soon you start seeing me collab with different artists and rhythms out of my camp, and maybe 3-4 songs on the rhythm, and it's different artists. So we start to build our vibe. Right now, my stream music is my studio in Toronto, and it's become like a hub. So anybody who comes to the city, they come and check me. We do anything from dub. We've
Mhm.
been doing dubs to help people. We've been doing remixes, whatever needs. If people come
Yeah,
record
yeah.
vocal, so the studio is becoming that vibes, that hub. So if you're in Toronto, any artist, we ready to work. And I got,
Okay.
got that coming up. So just
I
stay
was
tuned.
gonna I was gonna tell you. So yeah, drop. So if they want to know what's coming out with Miguel Maestre, what's coming up for you, just let them know because we were looking at the time. We're coming down to that time, but we want the people, the viewers, to know where they can find Miguel Maestre music, where they can find you to get into that studio and do some music. So let the audience know, the listening audience know.
Bless. All right. My name is Miguel Maestre. Studio name is Maestre Music. You can find me on Instagram at Miguel Maestre Music. Also on Facebook. I have my TikTok. I got everything. Everything's up. All my socials. Bookings for shows and events are bookings at rhythmstream.com. Yeah, I'm based in Toronto. Hopefully I'll be going to many carnivals. I'll be back on Uber in November, ideally. Please God, I'll be back in Trinidad Carnival again next year. So I mean, we out there, we working. If you're in Toronto, check me. The studios, Maestro Music, and we have a whole bag of music to drop. So month by month by month, it's music and videos and rhythms and collabs and everything down the line. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Miguel Maestre, for blessing Dissect with your presence and all this information. Make sure you go and follow Miguel Maestre on Miguel Maestre Music, Miguel Maestre on Instagram. I'm wrapping up our co-host is back.
Oh,
If we can,
sorry.
if we can just show maybe a banner for Miguel before he goes, so we can get that on the screen. All
Cool.
right. So
Excellent.
Miguel Maestre Facebook, Miguel Maestre Facebook, Miguel Maestre Music on Instagram, and Miguel Maestre Music TikTok,
Yeah.
and Miguel Maestre on Twitter. So
Yeah.
follow.
Follow.
And like and subscribe as
Like and
well.
subscribe. I subscribe to Spotify. I mean, our genre is growing, just like the
Right.
other Afro and reggae and soca specifically.
Yeah.
So the more streams we get, is the better. More music we can put out, the more the genre can grow, and the fans around the world get to hear us. So Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, just keep streaming the music and keep the vibes alive.
Right.
Right.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Novelist, if there anything you want to say before.
Man, thank you for our time. We have to do this again because I was stuck half of the time.
Nah,
So
man, we talk, we vibes. It's a good
yeah,
energy.
I will definitely go back and watch and see what I missed out on. But thanks for joining us, man, and hopefully we get to do this again for sure.
Definitely, it was really nice to meet you guys, and just keep the vibes going. I'll drop a lot of music, so just stay tuned, man. It was nice to meet you. Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
All
All
right.
right,
Thank you.
blessings.
Take care, Miguel.
All right.
There you have it. Me stuck for another segment. Miguel Maestre, of course, our first artist for the
Yeah.
evening.
Yeah.
And
You know what? I think this is a little trick you have going on because you want me to speak up a little bit more on Dissect. I think
all
it's,
right,
it's a little thing.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we
So
take it over.
we got
Yeah.
our second guest waiting in the back. So
Mhm.
we're not gonna waste time. We're gonna jump right into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our second guest for the evening, Miss Jaydee, Calypso, former Calypso King of Dominica. What's going on, boss?
Well, man, how you doing?
I'm all right, you
Welcome,
know.
All
welcome.
right.
Glad to have you here with us.
Glad to be here. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so let's just get into it and let's get into your background. I mean, let's let the people know who you are, where you're from, what you represent,
Mhm.
type
Mhm.
of thing.
Okay, well, my name is Jude Deloney, Calypso name JD, hailing from the village of Point Michel, or like we like to say, La Puette. Yeah, and I'm a Calypsonian by music profession,
Right,
I would say so, yeah. Um, Calypsonian because probably that's the thing that attract the type of music
right.
in Dominica that attract me and that making it.
Somebody else
In
Yeah.
get the
other words,
camera.
in other words, I mean, I've tried out other genres even before calypso, and calypso has treated me well, so I continue with calypso until other things I can make breakthrough in other ways or other genres.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you're still so you have delved into different types of genre. You said so. I know when I was looking you up, I noticed that you have reggae music as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think reggae was one of my first loves.
Mhm.
Um, as a teenager, I linked up with a guy in Point Michel. Well, we had three friends. I was kind of the writer. We were in the background doing music. Like we had a producer, Malcolm Richards. He's
Okay.
a keyboardist
Chappy.
and Chapa, yes,
Chapa.
Mhm.
and he's a keyboardist and he also makes beats and so on. So we would spend a lot of our time there in the summer and any time off school and so on.
Hmm.
And but I personally am type of introvert type of person, you know. So the stage was never my thing.
Yeah.
I always love writing though. I always love writing, and I think that is what attracted me to music
Right.
because even in school, I would write poems and so on,
Mm-hmm.
and then listening to music. Well, reggae had a big influence on me growing up. Growing up, you have early 90s dancehall and the reggae from Bob Marley,
Right.
Tosh and them fellas, and yeah, and give you a type of consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
and then you have all local music, Caras. Caras is another genre which I have delved in. Um, you have the NCCU Caras Calypso competition.
Right.
Well, they haven't had one since
Before
probably
COVID.
since yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 2019 I think was the last one,
Okay.
and I participated in almost every one they put out,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, so even rap, I did a little rap.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's like you see, as a Dominican, as a West Indian, I think we have so many influences, and we always and growing up we try to emulate
What
what
Right.
we
we see,
see.
what we hear,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was just me growing up, delving into everything I hear. I mean, I love writing, so I'll try writing a reggae, writing a calypso. So calypso
Okay.
calypso types of music I try to write.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, the calypso, the calypso no. Calypso was a thing every year when it comes around, especially at tender age, maybe say 11 coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Every year
Mm-hmm.
I'd listen with my parents, to the various
Mm-hmm.
competitions from, eliminations, you have
Right.
eliminations, quarterfinals and so on. Listen
Yeah.
on the radio and the techniques they use in delivering the material, the writing techniques I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
basically. And I would try to emulate that.
Right.
Yeah. So every year I would actually try in the background to write a calypso. Probably not at 11, maybe more more like 19 and so on coming now.
Okay.
Especially when Dice entered the competition in
Right.
2002, 2003 thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dice influenced a lot of people
The younger
my
people. Yeah.
age and younger
Mm-hmm.
to enter calypso or at least have an interest in listening to what calypsonians have to offer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Dice had a big influence on the youth
I
in
believe so
general.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And I was one of them. But at that time, I was so shy, man. I could write. I think I had the confidence to write a song,
Right.
but to perform it, nah, I could not do that at that time. Back in
Right.
2003 and those, yeah,
So,
I took almost 10, 11 years, 2014, I entered the competition, right?
Mm.
so
So
where did the
that,
confidence come
every,
from?
well, it was building up, I think it's just because the confidence came from my confidence in writing.
Right.
Okay.
I knew I had material
Mm-hmm.
that was big enough for the competition, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew I was a shy type of person, and I was on the wrong music. Like I was saying, the uh, Malcolm Richards, Chapa, even in his teenage days, he's around my age. Even in his teenage days, he was in a band called Kindred. That's a reggae
Yes.
band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and they would practice at Malcolm's home. So every
Mm-hmm.
night when them guys practicing, I would be there, So always in the background, never taking up the mic, just taking
Just
in the
learning,
vibes,
Taking it in.
absorbing. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
learning different things. And I didn't even at that time I wasn't thinking I was learning. I just it just attracted me, so I was around.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so from there I started to develop that thing, and a few years in their existence and so on, after Kindred, Malcolm ended up in another reggae band called Caribbean Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think either with Kindred's or Caribbean Vibes, once I tried singing a song on one of the shows, and let me tell you, I was
You're nervous.
very so nervous, man. I stand up in one spot, and,
Right.
and the
Oh
nerves
wow.
trembling and everything.
So,
I
but
did sing this
do
song
you
from
still
start
get
to
nervous
finish
when you perform on the big stage for Calypso now?
every time.
Yeah.
But I noticed one thing. One thing I'll tell anybody at nervous. Once you see you're well prepared,
Yeah.
when you start to sing, the nerves go away.
Goes yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once you know, like you rehearse that so much, it's a part of you. So
Yeah.
when you start, the nerves only come just before you enter the
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you're backstage waiting for them to call your name and so on,
Mhm. Mhm.
you cannot
Yeah.
entity. But
Yeah.
yeah, but from the time you start to sing,
Yeah, it's
yeah, man,
gone.
you're okay.
Yeah.
That's once you're well prepared. Like, if you don't know if you're not so prepared, the nerves might hit you
Oh yeah.
somewhere along the way. But if you're well prepared, you'll go through nicely.
I watched an interview with you. I think it was this past carnival. They had a segment like the Dominica Carnival. They had an interview for you, and you were talking about about when you won the competition, when you won the
Hmm.
crown, and how you had forgotten your lyrics or something like that, and then you were
Yeah,
able to redeem yourself in round two, I think it was, right? Was it?
yeah, yes.
Yeah. And then you won, and you didn't think you were gonna win. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
That's I loved hearing
Yeah.
that story. Yeah.
Okay, well, um, my first song, "Don't Complain," it went quite well.
Mhm.
That was the slower song, "Don't Complain," and it was only I and another lady on stage, and when our interaction, it was very nice.
Yeah.
So after that round, I realized I had based on the response of the crowd, and I knew it was a good song already.
All
So
right.
based on the response of the crowd, I knew I had a good foot in that first round.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I was kind of backstage, just keeping calm, not really interacting with anybody, just holding my own corner and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was, I don't know if I said that in that interview, but what happened was just, um, I should say my brother
Mm-hmm.
is also my, like my backstage manager. He takes care of everything, the props, and make sure everybody is there on time and everything.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So when when I was just entering the stage, my brother went to look for somebody that was supposed to come on stage with me,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
So when they announced me and I left, I went on the stage. He was not where he was supposed to be at the time.
Mm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
was in my head saying, boy, I hope people come out when they're supposed to come out. And
Right.
so that kind of thing,
Yeah.
that is what happened. And
Yeah.
anything you see in those things, anything that you can throw you off.
Right.
So um, yeah, I went for the first verse. Yeah, the first verse okay, but in the first chorus, and the thing about me, my chorus is some people their chorus is always the same,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
my chorus I always change up lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that make it a little more difficult because if you have the same lyrics, you just know you have to repeat that next time and
Right.
repeat that next time.
Right.
But when you have different lines in certain places
Yeah.
in the chorus, you have to remember it's that line that come in there.
Mhm.
You see? So in the first chorus, and it's almost in the end of the chorus, maybe the last line or the two lines. When I started singing the line, I realized that wasn't the line I was supposed to be singing. So I kind of jumped. Yeah. So I kind of tried to switch it,
Right.
you know, and I fumbled on a word. That's what happened. And
Okay.
it happened again it happened again in the last chorus, in the third chorus.
All right.
The same thing happened. The same mistake in the same place.
Mm.
But I think it was just because I wasn't mentally ready to enter the
Mhm.
stage. Just
Right.
because my brother wasn't backstage,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
Yeah.
wondering, boy,
Yeah.
yeah, I hope everybody knows because because people have to come on stage with you. Okay, that's where you come in. You live on that.
Yeah.
When I say that, you live.
You're
Right.
great.
But on the night, they're not going to remember. And remember, they themselves, they might have a little stage fright and all those kind of
Right.
things. You
That's true.
know, it's not it's not really professional unless you have somebody that a customer being there and so on. But I usually use the same set of people I a customer using. So actually, they're actually growing in the business, you know.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I was saying, they're not really professional. So you have to have that person tell them,
Mm-hmm.
yo, that's when you go. Yeah, go on now, you
Mhm.
know, and so on. So the fellow was there. Yeah, that was in the back of my head, my subconscious. It was back of my subconscious, and I was that little thing just threw me off, man.
There you
Thank
go.
you for
Yeah,
sharing. Novelist,
but
I
it's
don't
not
know if you
like
have.
it's not.
What's that?
It's
Sorry,
not
I
like
was
I
gonna
didn't know
say.
my song or
We,
anything, because all
okay.
through the season I've been singing. That's the song I started at quarterfinals with, semifinals. That's Mass. Mama, that is Mass. So and I sang it flawlessly in those rounds,
Right.
you
Mhm.
know, and I didn't change any lyrics.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
it's just the comfort and the subconscious playing with me.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you gonna
Um,
ask me, Jules?
what I was gonna say was, I'm not sure if you have something to ask right now, but we do have a clip of um, JD when he was singing this competition, "What is Mine is Mine." We do have a video of him
Yeah.
actually being
Really?
on stage. We can show that video in the back if you're
Yeah.
ready, and then we
Yeah,
come back in.
we could share. I have an important question, a very important question, but
Okay.
I could do it after the video.
Before we go, yes. Yeah,
So
go
do it
ahead.
before we go.
No,
Oh
no,
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead. Show the
before we get
video
off.
and then,
All right, so let's get to the video clip and
yeah,
then come back and ask him the most important question of
right.
the night. We'll be back in a second.
So long you've been waiting, money coming. So long you've been wishing, and you wondering so long. The time has come. Yes, we got a calabar. I know you miss me like I miss you all. I love you, you love me. We go conquer any storm. Let's go. So make all the singing opportunity. We're moving so confidently. I think I think what the call. They want it from the ground. Now they're coming from there and far. Oh yeah, they're coming from all over. Yeah, they're coming like the head. Now where's the drum? They believe that who is strong, they think I'm going down. Tell them, and no one whisper to give up for it. If you think it's a walking paper, to this week that's fine. Go ahead, place your money on the line. What is mine is mine.
All right.
Thank you.
I didn't see a shy man on stage
Yep.
just now. I did not see any shy man.
That's what the man tell you. Once you get on stage and you open that mic, it's gone.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I think over the years, I think I've developed a little better, you know.
Right.
Like, for example, I was saying, if when I started, I sang Chinaman. If I sang that this year, that would be a mashup, man.
Oh yeah.
That would be a
Mm.
mashup. Yeah, because I know how to handle myself a little better. I mean, if you're in something, obviously, the more you do it, the more experience you get.
Yeah.
And I am somebody that like to look at people. You know, I look at the
Mhm.
show, I look at other competitors, I look at the things they do, the way they
Yeah.
carry themselves, and so on. And I try to take what I can from that. You know? Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question, but it has nothing to do with this year's competition. So
Okay.
I want to go back to I want to say 29. COVID threw me off. I want to say 2019, the last
Mhm.
competition before the COVID, right? That's the year you won the crown.
Oh, that's 2020.
2020. Oh,
So
just
Yes.
campaign.
COVID.
Yes. Directly
So
after that show, COVID lockdown came.
COVID, right?
Mhm.
No, why did I think it
Yeah.
was 2019? So that night, I mean, and you put that question in my head because you mentioned Dice
Hmm.
being an
Yeah.
influence for a lot of younger artists such as yourself, and you 100% correct on that. What did
Yeah.
that moment feel when you heard the first runner-up name and seeing that you're standing on stage and the only name left to call is yours? How did that feel? How that moment was like? Beaten dice, I should say.
Well, first of all, let me just say I didn't consider myself like I beat him because that year he fumbled, he forgot his song or something like that. So I actually want to beat him when he sing his both songs
Nah,
properly and everything. Like
you
that,
beat him. He's a professional.
Yes, you beat
That's
him.
not
You
your
beat
fault.
him.
That's not
Yeah.
your fault. You beat
yeah,
him.
yeah,
You
no,
beat him.
yes, yes. But for me, that's what when I beat
You
him that time. That's what I
you
say.
went
I
good.
beat him. That's for me,
Right.
right? Yeah.
No,
But
but you made
when
him nervous. Maybe you made him nervous that year.
no, 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 I don't think so. I don't think so. Nice in that how many years, how many crowds.
Right.
I think at that time yeah, he was 9 time already. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, the moment
Hmm.
when actually when they announced that they, what they do, they announced first round first,
No, they were, I think third,
and
second,
Third,
first.
second.
right, right, well, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, before the king, they announced
What's it?
Is he freezing?
Yeah,
Maybe a little
I
bit.
think so.
Interestingly, I heard the story, and it was a very interesting story with, about how he won and what happened when
yeah, I
he
think the best.
won. Oh, he's back.
Oh yeah, yeah. We we,
Yes,
we we got stuck there for a minute.
yeah. When I think it was yeah, it was Tasha P and I that was
Hmm.
remaining,
Right.
and actually, when it was only two of us remaining, I say you again because at the what do you call it at at the start of King of the Ten, it was the same thing. It boiled down to two of us, and then I won.
Right.
I didn't say you again. I say that's again doing something like that. I didn't
Right.
mean like you again, like you
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
but like
Okay.
like we're not again. Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
So yeah, so when they actually announced the first runner up and the winner, for a moment I wasn't like I heard my name, but
You're not
like it
100.
didn't sink in like
Right.
right away. Yeah,
Hmm.
it didn't sink in right away.
Right.
And then I think it's some I can't remember who I saw celebrating. When I saw a person celebrating, I said, "Yeah, we." That's what I can't remember who it was. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it was. And the thing about it is, I wasn't because of the little faux pas. I wasn't too sure of
Hmm.
how the judges would have done that. But I think in the first round, the way I delivered the song and the strength of the song,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was right up there. If I had to, who else? Who else? If I had to, okay, for example, I came first in the first round, right?
Right.
But I don't think Tasha became second. So what I'm trying to say is, like I had that in the first round I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. So I had that edge over her. So even
Right.
if I drop a
Okay.
little bit and she come up,
You
I
still,
would
you
still
still,
top
you
her
still
up.
be above. I
Yeah,
get.
Mhm.
that's what
Mhm.
happened.
Mm.
Yeah. So I was in two minds because I said, boy, you know, some people say once you flip out, that's it. But the thing is, the way I fumbled and I recovered right the, right on the instant, it's not like there was a big gap to say,
Right.
you know, it's like I fumbled on a word instead of saying die, I say, you know,
Yeah.
that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
but you never know. I mean, it's people judging you. You never know how they take it. So that was an element of doubt in my mind. But if I didn't fumble
You
in
know.
my head,
Yeah, you won.
I won. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what I respect, like a calypsonian such as yourself, Jadine. That's not to take away from, other calypsonians, right?
Mhm.
Not everybody's a writer, but I can respect, and there's more like you. But what makes me respect you more is the fact that it's yours. You wrote the song. This is like your feeling. This is coming from you, right?
Mhm.
Whereas, so when I look at it as you winning the competition, to me you deserve it, right?
Mhm.
And this is not to
I
take
get
from
you.
anybody, but again, for me, a true calypsonian is somebody who writes their stuff and
Yeah.
performs,
Right.
right?
And yeah, I think like because the thing about it is when I entered Calypso, I I entered on writing being my strength. You
Okay.
understand?
Mm.
It's not performing. It's not. I wasn't a known performer anywhere. You know,
Right.
I sang on a stage already. I sang Caras in 2000 and I can't remember 2006 I believe something like
Right.
that. Ali,
Mhm.
yeah, that was my first big stage
Mm.
appearance. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and after that it was 2014 in the Calypso competition.
Right.
Mhm.
So there was a big gap there, and but the thing is that was my strength. I entered the calypso, and I always tell myself if I go into sing calypso, I have to write my own song.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, like you said, I'm not taking away anything from
No. No. No.
anybody
No.
because the there are performers I cannot match them in what they do.
Right.
You
Mhm.
understand?
Right.
Everybody have their strength then.
And facts.
But I I also like the fact that yeah, I sing, I write my own calypsos and I sing them.
Yeah.
So it's a total package with me then. You
Right.
Mhm.
understand?
Yeah.
While some people have to have the writer and the
So
performer
that. Yeah. Yeah.
put together, it's a total and that in fact put me at an advantage because like you say, I write the songs come from me. And
Right.
if you're writing something coming from you, you express it better.
Of
That's
You know?
right.
course. Of course.
Yes. And not only that, not only that you express it better, but the people feel you more.
Right.
I believe. I think
Yeah.
people feel you more.
Yeah.
Right. It's your energy,
Because
right?
Because
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and on knowing that it comes from you, you're saying, but
Mhm.
that's the man true feeling, you
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Makes you
Yeah.
respect it more.
Yeah,
Makes you respect it
yeah,
more.
man.
And
So mm,
We
like
have a question novelist that came from a viewer.
right.
I know you have a question, but I just wanted to make sure that that viewer's question is answered as well. Can we just answer that question? So JD, there's a question from a viewer. First, they state that it has been stated that calypso has become very politicized. Do you feel that way? And what's your opinion on that?
Well, it's a simple answer, Calypso is a reflection of our society at the time,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? So if Calypso is politicized, the society is very politicized. Simple.
Yeah.
Nice. Damn, I like that answer.
Simple.
I
Mhm.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and a lot of people, some people complain there's too much politics in Calypso and whatever. I mean, everybody sing what they want.
Yeah. There's
You
no.
know, it's your choice to sing. If you want to sing about the birds and the bees, sing about the birds and the bees. You get what I saying?
Right.
But and people will sing what they feel too.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is what you're feeling, you have to sing it. That's what an artist is about. That's what music is about. Bringing is expression of
But
yourself and your environment.
mhm.
Mhm.
Uh,
But I don't you feel like when one artist or a particular set of artists that would go on
mm,
for 5 years on a stretch. I'm just using any random number, right? I don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
people to go in and think I'm targeting anybody. But
yeah.
if you have one artist for 5 years singing about the same topic,
Mhm.
for a listener like me, an audience like me, it becomes boring, right? And I mean,
I get
yes,
you.
it is part of the art form, but it should be part of the
Mm,
art form where you can sing it this year, Sawa can sing it next year, Tasha can sing it. But when you have one artist is just
The same.
constantly
Yeah.
just the same thing every year, it becomes tiring as an audience.
yeah, yeah. And I think I recognize that, and that is why sometimes I every year, almost every year, I have a political song.
Right.
But sometimes my second song is non-political,
Mhm.
or it might be political, but in a
That's it.
conversation,
Jovial. Way.
Yeah, like the song I want with not even to complain, math. That is
Right.
math.
Ma, 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 ma.
That is math. Right. There are political elements in there, but I make it in such a way that everybody can enjoy it. It's a comedy. It's like
Mhm.
I was describing a whole carnival
Yep.
of and describing different politicians and what they do in the carnival or I see them.
I
So
was playing that song today on,
I
on
mean
TVM
it's
actually.
really nice.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of probably you can say what you want to say, but you might have to say it another way, like be a little more creative,
Right.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, but for me, I will always sing political because that is what affected me, you know?
Yeah.
And I would always try to mix it up with something. Like my second song might be something else because I know there are people, and politics is not the only thing, Politics is not the
Right.
only
Mhm.
thing you can sing about in calypso or in any genre. So
Mhm.
you mix it up.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things I want. If I, they should have a calypso show every 2 months or every 3 months, because there are a lot of topics that I don't know, but because of it's
I can
once a
see that
year.
happen.
You
Yeah.
have to come with your best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to try to trim it down. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know that I would target that conversation, but that's gonna go way too long. But you are right on that. I am with you on that. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. We'll talk about that,
Okay.
but I am with you on that 100% for sure. So
Yeah.
Joel,
Yeah,
I
because
know.
the thing is, what you were saying, I have heard the complaints too. So
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
a lot of
Like,
people talk about. Uh,
don't get me wrong. I mean, we want to be in tune with what's going on around the country. You want to
Mhm.
have the information in the people's ear. So I'm not knocking,
yes.
singing, but when I have to hear Scarrett's voice, Scarrett name every minute, man, it's like, come on, is he the only person on the island? Like, can we talk about something else? I mean, you know me, Jaddy. I'm all about lyrics.
right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what type of music it is. It doesn't matter what you talking about. I am going to listen to you, right?
Mhm.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when your stuff become repetitive, it just becomes boring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or there's too many things to talk about in the world for
Yeah.
one person
Yeah.
to stuff and
I
one
think people get caught up in the whole idea of what calypso is supposed to be,
yeah.
and then they don't move with the times. They're
Mhm.
stuck in time. They're back in times, and they're not moving forward to what is modern and what is happening today, right? So,
True.
yeah, they
But
need to move
I
along with the
I could see it in another light too, you know. I could see it in another light, in the light that um you think about the problem
Mhm.
and the problem is not solved, so you keep thinking about the problem.
I guess so. You could see it that way
Yeah,
too. You're
I mean,
absolutely right.
yeah,
It's just a different
so,
year, just a different
Yeah.
politician, but the same
yeah.
problem. Yeah.
But I mean, everybody has choice to do, to
That's
do
facts.
what they.
Yeah.
Everybody on their own mission, Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Uh,
man.
the, pro- the
But my
problem is
mission is,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
my
Wow.
mission is my thoughts and my convictions. I want to bring them out there, so
Right.
like-minded people will see, or people that probably not even thinking might open their eyes and say, "Yo, what
Hmm.
JD saying? You have a point, you know."
Right.
So yeah, that's my whole mission in music in general. I mean,
Right.
when I'm writing something, it coming from my heart, yes, but I also think, like how people going to
Receive it.
respond to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, receive it.
Right.
And I want to put it in a way that they will want to receive it. You understand?
Of
Mhm,
course.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
doing
that's
it
why
for them.
sometimes that's why sometimes I use a lot of humor and so like some I think you might laugh at it, but then when
Yeah.
you analyze the lyrics, like you like to
Yeah.
analyze the lyrics,
It makes sense
you
Yeah.
to
will
the
say,
point.
boy, you're right, Yeah.
It's thought
Yeah,
provoking.
man.
You're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. He actually said,
But
but
Yeah.
what was he really saying?
right. But
Yeah.
that's what makes music though. I mean, you wanna. I mean, well, different songs, right? But that's what makes music. You wanna laugh and say, "Man, I can't believe that man said that," and
Hmm.
rewind it and take it in again. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It's life. It's like you sitting here talking to us, and honestly, if Jules didn't have to go, I'll probably just sit there for like a next hour because it's entertaining. I'm having a good time. We're laughing, right?
Hmm.
So when you
Yeah,
put
man.
these things in your
Mm.
music, people appreciate those things. So
True. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Mm.
Joel,
Yeah. I
Joel,
know. I know. I know. I just I can sit around for another 5 minutes or so, but
okay. You see,
No
she has a
problem.
hot
I
take, so
mean,
we,
what did he say? I didn't hear you, JD. What did you say?
sorry, go ahead.
no, I say I'm here, so we can go ahead.
Oh,
No, yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Um, I think
so
somebody in our from our team wants to ask you a question as well. So
Yeah.
um, stick around after the show,
okay.
JD.
So JD, you mentioned earlier that your writing
Oh, okay.
skills
Yeah.
of reggae, even rap, hip hop, obviously calypso. And we know you're a former calypso king.
Mhm.
Do you intend or do you have any intentions of maybe writing or performing a different type of genre that's not calypso?
Yeah, that's always in my mind, and I have actually recorded other songs like in the past, like reggae, even dancehall,
Also, you have it on wax,
and
Hmm.
like on something.
yeah.
I'll bug you.
You know what I would
Yeah.
you know what I would encourage before you finish what you're saying,
Uh,
I would encourage you to put your music out on more platforms. There's so many free platforms to promote and advertise yourself.
Mhm.
They have Spotify, which is free. You can put yourself on TikTok, Instagram. Because when I was posting your videos, your flyer, I was looking for your music, and these are platforms that you can use and to
Actually,
leverage.
I have my songs from 2020 come up.
Mhm.
They are
Okay,
on Spotify.
on
But
Spotify. Okay,
my my name on Spotify, if you search me, you have to search King JD,
King
not
JD.
just JD. Yeah, King JD.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I have been working on that, and
Yeah.
but the other genres, um, it's just a matter of, you see, the thing about it is, I don't like I actually have songs there I can record, but it's a matter of linking up with somebody,
Right.
Mhm.
and either a studio or somebody with a rhythm or something, jump
Mhm.
on it
Mhm.
and put it out. And you see, you um, or say in Dominica, well, because of the internet and so on, nowadays you can reach a far wider audience, right?
Right.
Fact.
But if I'm making a song, I would think of performing the song, having the song on locally,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the local circle.
Yeah.
And it's hard to break that local market
We've talked about this
unless,
before. We know
yeah,
exactly. We see you struggling to say it, but trust me, we understand
Oh
it.
yeah.
yeah,
We
it's actually
understand
kind
it.
of depressing to
And
talk
in
about,
that is politics
Yeah, so
itself.
yeah, it's kind of depressing to talk about, and that is why
Yeah.
I have stuff there I can put out,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I kind of hesitant, you know.
Hmm.
And well, I have my sister is also a very good singer.
Oh,
Hmm.
She's
she's
in
good.
the States right
Okay.
now. Hazel is her name. I don't know if any of you know her.
Mm.
No.
Oh, she has stuff out there.
In fact, she needs to come on your show, man. Dissect, because yeah, she has
We
stuff
will
out
look
there.
her up.
I'll send
Absolutely.
some stuff for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
We
Yeah.
actually have a song together, and we did a video earlier this year or late last year
Oh, okay.
for it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a reggae, kind of dancehall R&B mix.
Okay.
oh, okay.
I kind of dub it on it, but she sings very well.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, she'll blow your mind. She'll blow your mind.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll hook you up with that for
Yeah.
sure.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, what I was saying is like she like if I were to do something with her or somebody else, it would more encourage me because but to just go and do something and say, boy, let's see what happens. It's not
Yeah. Nah, I get
the
it.
encouragement is not there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
But you, this will be like my last thing. But you did make a very powerful statement before you finished what you just said, and that was the internet being that you could reach anywhere
Yeah.
across the world. Um, I know how it is in Dominica. Trust me, I know. And as hard as it is in Dominica, it has become easier. Trust me, I
Yeah.
know.
I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
so I would keep doing my stuff locally, but put out my stuff internationally,
Hmm.
right? Because now you
Mhm.
don't. It's not like back in the day when we just had a DVD or we had a cassette and we were forced to like, yo, you wanna play that? Nah, you put
Yeah,
that thing
yeah.
on TikTok now,
Yep.
and a kid grab it, and next thing it's all the way in
Yep.
China. It goes back to
Yep.
Africa before it comes to Dominica.
And
Yeah.
then okay, I was just going,
Right?
I was just going to say that's when
Then it comes
yeah,
back.
that
Right?
is when they
Like
want to play you.
Yeah.
today I was on the internet. At first thing I got up this morning and I was on I can't remember what site I was on. It was YouTube or whatever, and there was a Rasta man in Africa singing a Nasio song, playing a guitar. I was like, what? I put that on my storyline on Facebook because this is a
Yeah,
non-Dominican singing a Dominican song. Like that made me
true.
feel very good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man.
that's the way I look at things. We have a wider audience. It's not just Dominica anymore. You know what I mean? We have the world at our hands, so
That's
we gotta
right.
take
True.
advantage of that.
True.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that being said, JD, we have to have you back here next season by yourself.
because this. I mean, I knew it was gonna be good, but I didn't know I was gonna be sitting there laughing like this. And this is very good.
Yeah,
So
man.
we definitely have to do this again.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right.
And you have to leave your sister's information with us so we can look her up and get her on the show as well.
Right.
You said Hazel
Yep.
Ann?
Yes.
Is that her that's her
Hazel,
artist name?
Hazel that.
Oh, we didn't get that.
Yes,
Say
the
it again.
first name and the artist name.
Okay, Hazel is
So I
artist name.
say
Okay.
it's that's the first name and it's also an artist name. Yes.
Artist name. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, JD. Thank you for joining us, man. This is fun. This is definitely fun.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
All right. So
I'm just
if
writing
there's
down her name.
right, if there's anybody, excuse me, you want to shout out or your social media handles, anything you want to say right now, the floor is all yours. Go ahead.
Well, I would just like to shout out everybody, anybody listening, watching, enjoying the vibes.
Right.
I sent a link for a few people I will be on, I don't know. So if you on, big up yourself. I hope you enjoy
Right.
the vibe, and I guess you can also watch the recorded version, right? After.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so, yeah, man.
All right.
And, well, like I say, my name is Jude Deloney. So, on Facebook, it's Jude Deloney, JUDEDELAUNEY. And I also have a Facebook page, Black JD.
Right.
So you can check that out too. But most of the stuff I post on Black JD, I also post it on my personal Jude Deloney page. So
Right.
that is good for anybody who wants to check me out on Facebook. They can check me out there.
Don't forget your Spotify. Tell us about your Spotify.
Yes. King
Right, my
JD.
Spotify. Yes, Spotify King JD.
Yes.
KINGJAYDEE.
Right.
Yeah,
We
King
need to
JD. Check
go
that
on.
out.
We need to like.
And
We need to subscribe. We need to
Yeah.
listen to his
Sell the
music.
yeah,
vibes.
man.
Yes.
I should have about at least 5 songs on there for now, and it's growing, as time goes. Yeah,
Right.
for
Right.
sure.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Like I said,
Yeah, man.
it was fun. Definitely appreciate your time,
Yes.
and please let's do this again. All right.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Former calypso king of Dominica, writer, performer, the man himself, JD.
All right.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. Ah,
Nope.
you gotta bring him back. Bring him
Oh,
back.
yeah,
Oh.
I'm back. Okay. No, I was, as you say, writer, performer. The other thing about it, in the calypso realm, right?
Mhm.
I also wrote for Mighty D, that's Picky's grandson.
Yes.
And he made the finals this year. He had 2 songs in the finals
Yes.
written by
I
me.
love that young
So,
man.
yes. Oh, yes, and I'll do my best for him because he's a real good and motivated young
Yeah.
with. Some people might have the qualities in him is something I want to work with and help him better himself and so
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, well, I say this to say I am not only a writer for myself. I also write for other artists.
Oh, no.
Well, when
Yes.
I say other
Advertise
artists, calypso realm,
yourself. Good.
yeah, yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah,
Yes.
man. And it's not only Mighty D. I wrote for Checker, veteran calypso and Checker
Yeah.
once or twice.
Right.
The other guys, some guys, they always, when the season is approaching or already there, they tell you, what you have for me now? And
Yeah.
I might just give them something, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But I would like to build something like maybe just a couple, maybe 2 or 3 artists I can work with every year. If I
Mhm.
can get myself there, I can even say, this year I'm a competing man, I have songs in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, first and foremost, I'm a writer
Right.
before even performing and everything else,
Right.
you know.
Okay.
So even when I cannot do it, I want to be still making my mark in terms of
course.
writing. Yeah, man.
Man, you're a genius. You're a genius, bro.
Right.
And you see, sorry, but I like to talk sometimes.
That's all right.
That's okay.
The thing about it, this year, when I gave Mighty D the song, some people were saying, "Oh, why give Mighty D the song? Why he can hold it for himself and so on and so forth." But one, I see something in that young man. Because, for example, the Talking Dog song, the who have, who do have, the way the guy performs that and jump across the stage, I would never think of doing that.
Right.
Mhm.
He also, he made the song his own,
Yeah.
and that is somebody that gives you motivation to write something for them,
Right.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, that's what it is. And a lot of people tell me, "Oh, why didn't you hold them song for yourself? You're not better," but they're not looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not only about me. And
It's
the other thing, when he does well, I do well because
That's
I
right.
cover
Of
myself.
course. Of course.
They don't see
Right.
that. They
Facts.
Yeah.
kind of narrow-minded.
Yeah. Facts.
So I
Yeah.
put that out there. So you have to helping people is also helping yourself. It's
Yeah.
not
And
just
this is
all about you. That the selfish attitude
yes.
You
that
can know
I
very
can't
many.
work. I
That's
can't
what
work.
we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you can't pigeonhole yourself and have that small mindedness, or
No.
else you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna grow.
Not gonna work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, JD, that man, that was one of my favorite songs for this year.
Mine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, because I was one before I got to Dominica, I was in Guadeloupe, and I was going through my phone. I was like, let me actually just sit down and listen to the song, because I heard it and I was singing it, but I did not listen. I was listening, and I'm like, that is a sick concept. This man is actually talking like a dog. Who have. I'm like, oh, that's friggin' dope. And now
Yeah.
you said that if you wrote that, I mean, that was one of my favorite songs for calypso songs of the year.
Yeah, man. And it also run road match this year, so
Yes, it did.
it,
Yes.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a lot of people's favorite. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You have a road match. You have Calypso King. Man, keep
Yeah.
doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, man.
Good
All
stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be talking soon. I will keep in touch with you for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, the man wrote that song too. That's crazy. All right, so that's it for Dissect. It was fun. It was fun. I had
Yes.
fun. I know you had fun.
I did.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna kick Rogers to the curb and bring in Bell. Hopefully that's better. I know I just said that on the air. I don't care.
Well, you see.
I'm pissed, right? So
Yeah.
this was fun, and next week we have another fly guest.
Oh my, yes. Can't wait.
I can't wait either. So you're gonna find out who it is right now. I am Novelist.
And I am Jewel.
On behalf of TDN TV, Island Therapy, Super Chat. You guys have a blessed week and a blessed weekend. Stay tuned for that video, all right?
Peace.
Hello, my loves. My name is Naya, and I am a singer and songwriter straight from the motherland, Ghana. Make sure you don't miss this special interview. I will be live and in full effect on that set. The show starts at 7 p.m. Standard Eastern Time, 11 p.m. GMT. Dissect will be airing live on Island Therapy for YouTube, Facebook, TDNTV.net. So excited for you guys to see this special segment